don't want you and your business to ever be compromised with the ability to communicate with your number one asset, which is your customer base. So do me a favor, let me see if I can see the chat. In the chat, type yes or no if you currently use a CRM to stay in touch with your customers. Just do that really quickly for me. Let's see if I can open this up. All right, I just want to see what a quick answer is, just to take a poll of the crowd. Okay, looks pretty good. All right, so lots of yeses, but some no's as well. All right, if you typed yes, well done. You can execute on my recommendations as soon as we're off the phone call. If you typed no, okay, this is your final wake-up call. I started helping businesses with CRMs in 2005. Back then, I was mostly setting up companies with the CRM for their very first time. Today, all the players are different, the platforms have changed, but most of my clients are now switching from more of a lower end to a higher end that will do more things, be more automated, and there are hardly any newbies anymore. So if you are a no, I want you to pay particular attention to what I'm going to tell you. If you don't use a CRM today, you are already being outmarketed. You may not realize it to the degree that you're being outmarketed, but you're at a sales and marketing disadvantage. In fact, it's probably costing you 10 times more to get new business, both in your time and the money that you have to spend to do it. And we've all seen now what's happened with the shutdown. Everyone has had a crash course in becoming more digital. Even Karen is on this call, despite having issues. She's here, she's doing it by herself. That's amazing. Karen is the canary in the mine of, can you be a digital person? Yes, you can.
And everybody's in shock.
But you did it, and I'm very proud of you. And I have never been in a Zoom room, so I learned something new on this call. That's great, I love it. And I'm on Zoom like 8 hours a day. So let me give you an example of what today's CRM can do. And I'm gonna bypass its function as an easy address book on your computer or your cell phone to make quick calls and send emails. That's like a given. I'm not even gonna talk about that. But picture this scenario. A new prospect finds you on social media, or they fill out a form on your website, or they just tell you, hey, I might be interested in meeting with you. They're automatically added to your CRM. You are instantly alerted on your mobile device that you have a new lead. An autoresponder, which you did not sit at your computer and type, automatically gets sent out, or a text automatically gets sent out to that prospect, acknowledging that they made that visit, that they made that call, that they filled out that form, whatever. The next day, that prospect is added to a drip marketing campaign that helps them learn more about you and your services while you're off doing something else. One message looks super interesting to them, so they'll click on a link, which then takes them back to your website or to your Facebook page or wherever you want to send them. And the next time they log into Facebook, they would see an ad for you, which makes it seem like you're everywhere. So between your social media retargeting, that's what that's called, and your drip marketing campaign, your CRM helps you follow them around the internet for the next 3 months, 6 months, 9 months, whatever it takes until you have converted them to one of your happy customers. So that is what a CRM can do now. It's like not your grandfather's CRM anymore. But without a CRM, there is no way for you as one person to have enough touches at the right time, saying the right words with every contact who might be in your address book on your computer to build a relationship with them enough to create a customer. It's something like, you know, it used to be 7 touches, then it was 12 touches, now it's 16 touches. It's probably more than that. People need to hear from you and learn something new about you that makes them go, huh, I didn't know that. Okay, that makes sense to me. I'll still pay attention to this person. I won't delete them out of my inbox or off my social. So if you don't have CRM automation, there is no way for you to scale your outreach, and you will stay stuck in one-on-one sales. And that is it's good if you enjoy that one-on-one, and it's not to say you have to give that up, but there should be more than one way that you are going to market with your services. So I want to tell a story about something that happened to me. Actually, it was right before the shutdown, but then it's happened again with somebody else. I got a call from a guy who has been on my mailing list for 10 years. And 10 years ago, when we did business together, he was one of those customers that I thought, he's never going to be a big customer. He's never going to stick around. He didn't really want to spend any money. He was kind of a pain in the ass, but we helped him and it was okay. And then he kind of went away. But 10 years later, he called and he said, you know all that stuff that you've been talking about with CRM and marketing automation? And he said, I think we're finally ready 10 years later. But he remembered to call me because I had been continuing to market to him for the last 10 years. And think about what would have happened in your life and your business had you been doing this kind of a process, had a system in place like this for the last 10 years, so that when the shutdown happened, not only did you have a way to let everybody in your life know what was going on with you, but you had a way that people remembered you. And even though they were freaked out initially, I mean, for the most part, there's still some freak out, but everybody's kind of settled into whatever this is. And they're more receptive. They're out of, one of the webinars I went to was like, okay, Maslow's hierarchy. And everybody used to be up here with aspirational life fulfillment. And now we're all down here struggling, to make sure we have food and our families are safe. I think we're sort of back in the middle a little bit now. There's still uncertainty, there's still anxiety, people still don't know what's going to happen, but that's a given. And when you're in business, you can't succumb to that kind of thought process. You have to keep pushing forward because our businesses are in the future. They're not today and they're not before. They're in the future, and we are going to get through this, and it's going to have some look that's going to be different than what we thought it was going to be, but it's going to be different, and we have to be ready. So think of your CRM as relationship headquarters. It's like, that's where the magic happens. Everyone and everything that you know about them goes in there. It's real, it's tangible. It's not like social media. You don't own your social media. Facebook owns your Facebook account. LinkedIn owns your LinkedIn connections. You can actually download your LinkedIn connections into your CRM. But you can't control business outcomes if you don't own your list. You have to own your list. So I want to leave you with 5 ways to build long-term relationships that are going to help you double your future sales. Okay, and if anybody wants to not take notes and just listen to what I'm saying, I'll be happy to share my 5 things. If you just shoot me an email, or I put my website up there. If you want to talk to me, I have a 10-minute free brainstorm. I'm happy to, it's not a sales pitch. So happy to talk to anybody and tell you how you would do this for your personal situation. It's different for everybody, but there's a way that you can get started with this. But number 1, if you don't have a CRM, I want you to get one this week. I want you to make a commitment. There's a small investment. There's plenty of free ones. It doesn't have to be money invested in the software, but it's going to be an investment of time after you make that commitment. I want you to put everyone you know in there and tag them with, are they a friend, family, vendor, customer, prospect, colleague, competitor? Everyone goes in there, everyone gets tagged. You don't have to go look in a bunch of different places. You go to one place and there it is. All right, number 2, then I want you to validate whether you have the right email address. Email is the life force. So I have some very empathetic messages that I wrote for our call today with what you can do. I want you to send a templated message. So you're going to have a mail merge field for the first name, and it's going to say, hey, Karen, it's been a while. How can I help you? Or, hey, Karen, it's been a while. How are you holding up? Hey, Karen, how are you holding up? Tell me something good going on in your life right now. Who would not read that message? And if they know you, it's coming from you, they would feel good about receiving that message. And I did this suggestion on another webinar. I want to show you what happened real quick. Let me just share my screen. Can you guys see this? It's a screenshot, so I'm not going to zoom in on it, but one of the people on the call sent out one of the messages I just sent. And this is what happened in 15 minutes. Within 15 minutes, he had all these responses coming back in to his inbox. It's pretty cool. Okay. I'll share. How do I get out of my share now? All right.
Like stop sharing. Do you see that button up on top?
Oh, here. There we go. Thank you. All right. Number 3, set up a 30-day I care automated drip campaign that's going to go out once a week. That's only 4 messages, 1 a week, 4 messages. Tell people what you've been up to, how you've helped during this time, how you've helped others, what you can do to offer help to them. Okay, this is like Dale Carnegie 101. I think I took my first Dale Carnegie sales training, first show that you care. I forgot what the phrase is. Maybe it was like 1981. So it's still in fashion, and nobody is doing it from a marketing standpoint well that I've seen. And I'm on like everybody's lists on the entire planet. I sign up for everything. It's in such short supply. And remember, monitoring my own inbox during all of this shutdown, only 1% of the companies that I got anything from did I recognize as companies that I care about. So it's easy to do, but nobody is doing this. Number 4, I want you to spread hope at scale. That's what we really need right now. Scared, anxious people do not buy anything. If we're going to pull ourselves out of this economic ping pong, whatever situation that we're in, people have to stop being scared and anxious. So we can help spread those words of hope to help people calm down and just get back to doing what they need to do. So we're not going to use words like COVID, sheltering in place, new normal. We're marketing the future, not the present. So get rid of those words out of your vocabulary from your marketing. And number 5, be awesome to the clients that you already have. We all want new business, but there's so much more profit if you can get a current customer to buy more from you. So for example, pick 5 customers from your list and call them every week and check in, ask for their feedback. If you get voicemail, leave a very caring voicemail, document it in your CRM so that you can monitor the results from having put that time in a month from now, 90 days from now. If you do 5 calls a week, that's going to add up, especially if you continue doing it. Karen, I think, is one of the best people who does this, and she just does it naturally. And look at the end result from Karen. I mean, that's, I'm very proud of you, Karen. All right, map out your buyer's journey experience. Like, what happens with a buyer? Think of it not from what you want to sell them, but what happens from their point of view when they come into your world, start to finish. What does the buyer's experience look like to them? And how can you improve it so that they love working for you? So one thing you could do, for example, would be to automate the ask for Google reviews and referrals. So that would be one way at the end to get the feedback in more numbers to improve your business, because most of us don't want to ask personally, and we may not even want to know the results. But if you automate it, you're going to get that feedback and you'll be able to do the continuous improvement. But you can automate that so that you don't have to personally be the one that asks. If you've got a website, I want you to set up live chat. Or if you've got Facebook, a business page, set up the Facebook Messenger so that you can have instant access to anyone who wants to talk to you 24/7. I mean, you can control it, but put an app on your phone. So if somebody comes to the website and they hit your live chat, you can get it on your phone. If you don't have to be sitting at your desk, it's real easy to do it. Doesn't cost a lot of money. But these are some tips on how to double down. This is how you protect your business no matter what happens that's out of your control. And that's the end of my talk. So
Thank you so much. That was absolutely fabulous. I see a future conversation very closely happening between us because I've got a CRM, but I know I don't use it efficiently. And when you said friends, you had me there. So I look forward to our conversation. We are going to take a break, but right now what I'd like for you to do, any questions that you have for Lori, please put them in the chat. Somebody wants to know if you have any suggestions for a CRM. So put them in the chat, and we're going to take a quick, listen to me, ladies, 2-minute break. 2-minute break. I'm going to set my timer. When you hear it goes off, we're going to start going again. So 2 minutes to stretch your legs if you need to. Hello? If you need to run to the restroom, do that. But starting right now, we'll see you back in 2 minutes.
There's the timer. Did the stop share work?
It would be helpful if I unmuted. Okay, so we're ready to get back. If you want to take that timer off, Shava, and thank you for that. That was really cool. I like having that timer in front of us. Or actually, that was probably Missy now that I think about it. So whoever that was, thank you.
That was
Welcome.
me.
Okay, welcome back, ladies. Great job. Okay, so please check the chat. Lori has got some really cool information in there. Our next speaker is Stephanie Winslow, Blind Spot Consulting. And Stephanie is the proud wife of Marshall and mother of 2 girls. Stephanie spends her days helping women find their voice and making their dreams become reality in life and business. In her business, Blind Spot Consultants, she partners with women entrepreneurs to help them build lean processes and strategic plans that will enable them to live their very best life. Stephanie is a Christian author, blogger, and speaker. She uses her gifts of writing and speaking to inspire transformation in the lives of those who need hope, healing, and restoration. Stephanie's passion is to awaken the complacent and comfort the wounded. Love that. In her free time, Stephanie enjoys trail running, hiking with family, coffee dates with girlfriends, the comfort of yoga pants, and catching the latest Netflix show with her husband. Please welcome, sharing her personal story, Stephanie Winslow.
Hello, ladies.
Hello, if we can go back, take the PowerPoint off, please. Stephanie, are you there?
I'm here, yeah.
Okay. Missy, can you take the PowerPoint down, please?
Is it still showing? Because I
I
clicked
don't see
stop
it.
sharing.
Okay, maybe it's mine. Maybe I'm
Okay.
frozen. Stephanie, if you want to go ahead, that'd be great. Thank you.
All right, well, thank you so much for having me, Karen. Thank you for allowing me to be here and to share my story with you beautiful women. So my heart and my passion are really for helping women become more really able to just share their voice and let their story take the lead and into where their future goes. And so I'm going to share with you a little bit about kind of my history. I grew up in an entrepreneurial family, and I worked alongside of my mom and dad in our family business. We had a large human food and pet food packaging company, and also fresh cut flowers and potted plant flower packaging. And so I grew up in the manufacturing world, and this environment for me was driven a lot on performance, perfection, and just really, always looking put together and tucked in and everything in place. And so because we were also, I grew up in a family who was very religious. My grandfather was a Pentecostal minister, and so there was sort of this idea that we could never let down our guard. We never really trusted people because growing up with this level of entrepreneurship in our family, and your customers weren't really your friends, your employees weren't really your friends, and so it was sort of a lonely life that I saw my family live. And so I have one sibling and grew up working alongside of him. My husband even worked in our family business. We ended up selling part of it in 2010, and then later the rest of it in 2016. And so during my time there as well, I would say one of the title of my talk today is that the seeds of pain produce hope, or pain is seeds of hope, basically, and we'll kind of get to the pain part. But so I guess from the outside world, you could say that everything in my life looked rosy and great. Our family business was growing and very successful, and our family, we just had a great family dynamic, and so from the outside, everything looked great. But from the inside, by 2016 for me, I was running one of our manufacturing facilities for the fresh cut flower and potted plant business. I was at a meeting in late January with a supplier out of Holland, and we were looking at basically merging our two companies together to really, and this would more than triple the size of my business. And so we're sitting at this table in Fort Lauderdale at a convention and having a conversation over a contract that we were getting ready to sign. And at just that moment, when we were sitting there in that conversation after months of dialogue about moving forward, I got this feeling, and some would say, that God spoke to me in that moment. That's what I would say. But there was this intense sense that what I was about to do was not right. What I was about to do was not the plan and path for me. And so very awkwardly, I kind of excused myself and ran up to my hotel room and just fell on the floor in my hotel room, which probably isn't the best thing to do in a hotel room, but sanitary wise. But anyway, so I just kind of fell on the floor and started crying out to God, saying, Lord, what do you have for me? If this is not it, because I'm tired, I'm worn out, I don't know where else to go, how to grow this business. It's gotten beyond me and my ability. And yet here I am with an answer, and you tell me this isn't what I've got. And that's the feeling that I had, was this isn't what I have for you. And so with that, I felt like, wow, now what? And so I kind of pulled myself together, and I, after a little bit of time, got my parents on the phone and said, this is what just happened. I don't know what this means, but will you pray? And so we just started praying together, and over the next, and so this was the end of January, by the end of March, the business had been sold. And I was called much into a season very similar to where we're at right now, a season of just rest. And I didn't know what was next for me. I even said to my husband, I don't know what to call me now, because I'm used to having a title. I'm used to having the title of project manager or president, or I knew what I was because of this title and position that I had. And so without that, I'm nothing, right? I didn't know what I was. And it wasn't enough for me at that time to just be called mom, and it didn't feel enough to be called wife. Like I needed something, or I thought I did. And so God really took me on this journey to discover who I was at the core of me, that who he had made me to be. And I have a small voice, and it was during those times when I began to hear him ask me to trust him with my pain and my past, and to trust him to give me a voice. And a voice was something I really didn't feel like I had at the time, because the situation that I was in. So alongside of this, the whole parallel story to all of this is that while I was working in a family business, my brother was struggling with alcoholism and addiction. And so I had to go to work with him, and I really became super controlling, super manipulative. I was codependent, trying to solve his problems and bail him out, and also save face from the outside, because this wasn't something that happened to my family, of course, because we had to be all put together, and I felt so alone, like I had nowhere to go. And that's really, at the end of the day, why I was so exhausted in my business and work life, was because at the same time I was trying to run a business and be a mom and be a wife, but I was trying to be my brother's savior. I was trying to rescue him from his addiction. So lo and behold, during this time when I felt like God was asking me to write and to speak, he had me write this book. It's called Ascent to Hope. And it is for families who are struggling with addiction. And it is the story that pretty raw and real of what I had to walk through as a sibling, and as a person who was trying to save someone from a very destructive lifestyle. So if you know of anybody, or if you are in that place right now where maybe it's your parent, maybe it's your friend, maybe it is a sibling like me who is really struggling with addiction, first I just want to tell you that you are not alone. And that the pain that you're feeling right now is hope for someone else and for yourself for tomorrow. And that was the verse that God had given me during this time, was 2 Corinthians 1:3-4, which says that Jesus Christ, the source of every mercy, the one who comforts and strengthens us in our hardship and trials, so that when others are troubled and needing sympathy and encouragement, that we can pass on the same help that we have also received from God, the comfort that God has given us. And so that was, God was really asking me, Stephanie, you need to raise your hand. You need to be the one to stand up and say that my family struggles and my family has addiction, and my family, though we look all put together on the outside, we are far from perfect. And we need help, and we need hope, because we did not know what to do. And at the end of, I wrote this book from the middle of our journey. And in just November of last year, my brother passed away from alcoholism. He was 39 and died of cirrhosis, liver cirrhosis. And those words are so hard to really say and to believe that that's really what happened to us. But I can give you hope today because I have seen from his life and his story so many people, so many families. If we did not walk through that struggle together as a family, this book would not exist. And this ministry that I now do and proclaim hope to people would not exist. And so, of course, we never wish hurt and hardship and pain on anyone. It's never anything that we would want for ourselves. But I do know that it is usable, that God can use those dark and places that we don't even want to talk about. He can use them for good. He can use them to bring about hope and healing and restoration. And the restoration that my family has gone through and the healing and other relationships that we have gone through has been just incredible. And so now I was never, like, if you would tell my English teacher back in high school that I would be an author, he would be like, what? No way, because it's just never anything I was A, that good at, or B, that I wanted to pursue. But now I have actually written 4 books. If you want to go to my website, stephaniewenslow.com, you can see my books. But the final thing that I want to leave you with today is that, so in the end of February, I felt another kind of prompting that I want you to start a YouTube channel, right? That's one thing I thought I needed to do. And I'm like, what? I don't know anything about YouTube. I am not a video girl. I will write. I will be behind the scenes. I'm not going to be out in video. But that was the next step that I felt like God was asking me to step into. And so I did it. And do you know that that was the end of February? I started in March doing that. And within the first week, I found out that my mom had advanced ovarian cancer. And what I realized is that what I was being asked to do as I started this Cup of Hope, what it's called, my YouTube channel is called Cup of Hope, was that it wasn't for people, it was for me. I need the hope every morning. And so I start my days Monday through Friday giving hope on a video on YouTube, but it's more for me, to be quite honest, than it is for anyone else, because I need the hope to be spurred on every day and to be reminded that even in the hardest days, there are so many blessings all around us, that God is good and He is faithful. So that's what I have to share with you today. And thank you for listening.
Thank you, Stephanie. That was an amazing story and probably well timed for many of us, especially the end of what you were sharing today, doing it for ourselves, thinking we're doing it for others and receiving the graces, right? So thank you so very much. And that's stephaniewenslow.com, is that right?
It is, yeah. I will put it in the chat.
Thank you. Yes, if you can put some fresh information, that would be great. So if you have any questions for Stephanie, please let her know. My screen has frozen, so I can see about 4 people on the side of me, and that's it. So if you guys need something, Tracy or Karen, text me, please. Okay, so what we'd like to do next is we would like to hear from you, 1 or 2 people, and Tracy, if you can do the chat, watch the chat, who would like to share a story about Gateway to Dreams, how they've helped you, and take about a minute or two to share your story, no more than 2 minutes, about the benefits of having been at Gateway to Dreams. So we'll give you a second to throw your name in the chat, and Tracy will choose you. Otherwise, you guys are going to have to listen to me. So really, let's hear some new voice. Tracy, you seen anybody?
Not.
Okay. Well, how has Gateway Dreams helped you, Tracy? Let's hear from you.
Oh my goodness. I love being with you guys every month. I mean, this is something that I look forward to. The smiles, like when you walk in the door, that's what, you know, Karen talks about it too, is that you leave everything behind and you walk into the room and it's just uplifting and it helps fill that bucket, and just the connections that you have. It really is connecting and promoting with women, and just that part that I think we need, like networking. I love networking. If any of you guys know me, I do it a lot, but there's something about networking with you guys. It fills me up personally, as long as maybe business, but it really has made a big difference. This will always be part of my life.
Yep, and I so agree with you, that whole feeling of peace, calmness, that when you walk into the physical space. And so now it's, even for me, when I even recall it, I can go to that grace, right? So thank you very much. And let's just do one more real quick, because I know she's on here and she's on the board. But it would be really cool, Tracy Flay, to hear from you about how Gateway Dreams has impacted you, because you're even on the board.
Well, thank you for that opportunity to be spontaneous early in the morning. Where do I begin? When Tracy is speaking that heartfelt connection, I do share and feel and carry with me every day. Even during this 3 months time, it's been with me, and I have been on such a winding journey since I've met Karen. I was the connector director for ESPW and recruiter, and that's what my career was. And yet now, like Stephanie, I don't have a title, and yet I have a purpose. And my purpose is really to connect with all of you, to broaden our ripple of Gateway to Dreams, and just be there for each other and supporting one another. So it's been, you know, who was I when I gave up my company? And yet I had good friends walk alongside of me and hold my hand and say, it's going to be okay. And that's what I feel like we get to do at Gateway, no matter where you are in the journey. And that is such a gift. And as I said to Stephanie in our breakout, to be able to lead with our hearts and not our heads, especially at a time that we are all upside down in the Maslow's hierarchy. It's really been a beautiful journey to level out and just be, and not do, or for me, not do more, just be more. So I'm just grateful for Karen walking alongside me. And so if I can be there for anybody else, I would love to be there for you. And being on the board is just a gift, to be with this. These are such dynamic women. Holy cow. And here I am, not with my company anymore. And yet that they lift me up. They are the wind underneath my wings. So I just hope I can be the wind under yours.
That's fabulous.
Darlene, I'd like to just quickly say something. So when I join an organization, you know, it's not really, if I get business, it's icing on the cake. And I have had business over the years. I've belonged to Gateway to Dreams for 4 years. It's the one networking venue or event that I would never give up. And I just had a personal experience with my husband was taken into emergency this weekend for surgery. And I can't tell you, I was so scared because I was waiting outside on a bench by myself, not knowing what the heck was going on inside. And I can't tell you the amount of women from this group, messaged me and with hope and support. And I really appreciate that. So you really just, support is really what you get from this group.
Right. I second that.
How's your
Thank
hubby,
you.
Diane?
Oh, he's okay now. He's home.
Oh, good.
But yeah, they wouldn't let me in. It's just a weird time. It's just
Mhm.
very strange. I couldn't find out anything. I had to wait until the next day until I got a call from the doctor to say that the surgery had gone okay. But I had no idea when he was in surgery, when he was coming out. It's just different.
Yeah.
So.
Well, thanks be to God that he is on his road to recovery. And he's got a great support staff, and you've got a great back office here, sending
Yes,
you all kinds of love
absolutely.
and
Yeah.
good juju.
Yes. Thank you.
Thank you, Diane. We also have a huge support of nonprofit here. If you are on with us today and you're a nonprofit, if you would put in the chat who you are and what the focus of your nonprofit is, that would be really great. That way
I know
we can
Beth
all
is on. I know Beth Wilms
Beth
is
is
on,
on?
right? Yay, Beth.
Beth, yes.
Do
Beth,
we have time? Do we have time for, I'm not watching time at all. I know you are, so I want to be respectful. Do we have time for Beth to share what she does?
Yes, Beth, you have 1.5 minutes.
That's a lot. Hi, everybody. My name's Beth Wilmus, and I started faiththroughfire.org. I put it in the messaging. Essentially what it is a nonprofit to help women practically, emotionally, and spiritually as they go through breast cancer. And this all sprung from my own experience with breast cancer 4 years ago at the age of 35 when I had an 8, a 5, and a 1-year-old. And so we've got programs to help women get through this. I think a lot of times a cancer diagnosis is just as much an emotional and spiritual battle as it is a physical battle. And so I just wanted to kind of help women on that front because I think it kind of gets neglected in the medical community. So if you know anybody that's been recently diagnosed, we have a peer mentorship program. We've got a partnership with Build-A-Bear for young moms. We've got a stage 4 Bible study group that's all done through Zoom. Yeah, just keep us in mind for any women that you know that might benefit. And that's it.
That
Thank
is
you, Beth.
awesome. Oh, that's just beautiful. Thank you so much, Beth.
Sure.
And make sure your contact information's in there too. Tracy, can you make sure to save the chat for me too? Because my computer will not allow me to do that. Okay, so next we're going to invite Missy Coleman to come on board, and she's going to talk to us about the board and chairs and a few other things about Gateway to Dreams. So Missy, please join us.
Again, good morning, ladies. Here is our amazing board that helps Karen keep this wonderful company going. They are also nonprofits, but let me go through. We have Deborah Leanne Morley, Debbie Josendale, Kathy Lambert, our beautiful Tracy Flay that just spoke, and Karen Hoffman.
And our newest board member is Marty K. Casey.
Oh, congrats to
It hasn't
Marty.
been released, but she's our new board member.
Oh, how amazing.
Need to get her picture on there.
Yes. Also, we have a slew of volunteers that help to keep this group functioning each and every month, and with all the events that we do. There's plenty of opportunity to volunteer, for anyone that is on here who is interested in doing that. We have different projects that go on throughout the year that need assistance. You can reach out to myself or Heidi, who is not here, or Karen, and we will help you get going with any area that you are strong in, that you want to donate some of your time and your skills, because it is very much needed. Again, we just want to highlight, Gateway to Dreams is a nonprofit, so every bit helps. So I'm putting up our website again for that. It's just an amazing group, And I have to say, just for myself personally, I have met so many amazing and wonderful, strong women through this group, and just a huge thank you to Karen. Also, we still have our membership drive, which started first of the year. So, you know, our goal is for each member to invite 4 people, like-minded colleagues and friends that might benefit from this amazing group. You know, we announced the winners. This month is Karen Jenkins. And I believe Tracy said she also brought somebody last month. So we're giving out $10 gift cards from Starbucks or Panera. So you can reach out to Karen for that. And let's see. Karen, I am turning this back over to you now.
The change for change. We're not going to do that today, but we would gladly accept donations. Can we move past this one since we aren't
Yes.
physically there?
Yes.
What's after?
Closing quote.
Let's not do the closing quote yet.
Not yet.
Actually,
Yeah, it's not time for that.
if you'll take that, that's not the one we're going to do anyway. But Bob Baker is on the phone, is on Zoom with Pookie Lee, and Pookie created the song that I personally think every one of us should know and live. But I guess that's just me. I think the spirit that led her to write that song. In fact, Pookie, do you want to say anything about the song before we sing it? Just a little, like two minutes maybe, how it's affected you writing, you know, the song came to her, right? You when you write, it comes to you. This song was gifted to Pookie. Do you want to say anything about it with you and Bob?
Yeah, I want to say that all the songs that come through me, you know, come through me. I'm the vessel in which a message is spoken, and so this was a message that
See
came
what's
out
going on.
when my heart was really, really in a place of feeling all of the.
Well, while Pookie's getting set up, I just wanted to show you on the whole membership perks thing. I wanted to share with you guys. I don't know if you can see these. Tracy, can you see this? What this is? These are bound notebooks. It doesn't matter what.
Can you mute yourself?
No, I can't. My computer's frozen. Are you guys ready to go?
Now, Pookie was sharing something. I asked her to share something, and we interrupted her.
Oh, I'm sorry. I couldn't hear her.
Oh, sorry. But so she
might be in a vacuum.
Pookie?
Yes.
Now Pookie's ready. I think Darlene with her frozen screen is having some challenges. So let's just stop for a moment. Darlene, what did you need us to do? And then we'll go to Pookie. What did we need
I just wanted to share that you can pay for your membership alone, and the magic card that you offer,
the Office
for
Depot
each
card.
membership. Yes, because I just wanted to share, like, one of these binders, I don't even pay $5 for, and this alone, just going and printing this out this week, I printed 4 of them out for $20, and one of them was in color. So that alone pays for my membership to Gateway to Dreams, and that's just a huge incentive that I wanted to share.
And that is a blessing. They actually have started this year because we have sent Office Depot so much business. They're actually now starting to give us a stipend. I don't remember if it was like $125, but they're giving us money now and then we get this great savings. And I've had the same experience of something that used to cost me like $12 or $13 is like $4 or $5 now to print. But I would like us to go back to Pookie now and let Pookie, I wanted her to share just a little bit about the song before she sings it. And then we're going to come back to Darlene for the quote. Is Pookie there? Did we lose Pookie now? Oh my goodness.
No, can you hear me?
Oh, yeah, I couldn't see you, but I hear you.
Okay, good.
Okay, Bob and Pookie, take it away. So tell us a little bit. Then she's going to sing the song. The words will be up for us to sing along, but mute yourself because it gets really horrible if we try to sing while Pookie's singing. And if we let Pookie sing by herself, it sounds beautiful. And if Bob's coming with her.
No,
All
well,
right?
you singing with me sounds beautiful too. Just do it on mute so
Yes.
that, yeah,
Yes.
so that we're all in alignment. We're all singing at the same time because there's just a slight delay. But you know, in this room right now, you're here because you have a vision, you have a mission for something that's greater, that's beyond yourself. You want to impact the world in a way that matters, that are in alignment with your values and what it is that you believe that you've come here to this lifetime to accomplish. And so there's a responsibility that you feel. That's what's brought you here to this actual Zoom room today, is there's a responsibility that you feel towards your world, towards your community, your family, the impact that you're making and what you do and how it matters. And so I was in a place of really looking at my life in a deep way, coming through me like as just a message not to my own soul at the time. And so I put these words and this music down, and then it just emerged into this prayer and this statement, this proclamation too of why it is that I'm here. And so I have Bob Baker. I just want to celebrate this right now because this is probably the first time, like maybe not, like first time that Bob's been playing so better. So
It's unbelievable.
We're sending blessings.
Yay. Thank you.
Blessings to all of you. And we're asking for divine healing in every aspect of our lives, for our entire family, for our community, that we love.
Everybody mute themselves.
And if you can't mute, maybe leave. I hate to say that.
Darlene, can you mute yourself?
And then come back. Try coming back after you leave.
Can you guys hear me?
Mm-hmm. I can hear you.
Can you hear noise in the background?
No. I see your face, but your mouth like it.
Pookie, go ahead and unmute yourself. I muted everybody else.
Okay. How's that? Okay, Darlene, it looks like you're still unmuted.
The host can mute and unmute individual people too.
Okay, here we go. I am responsible. I am responsible. I am responsible to leave the world a better place. I said I am responsible. I am responsible. I am responsible to leave the world a better place. I'm looking around the world, and what do I see? So many things in a state of need, pain and suffering all around me. I won't stand by and just let this be, 'cause I am responsible. I am responsible. I am responsible to leave the world a better place. Everywhere, everyone wants to be free. Some look around and say, it's not me. How can they close their eyes and not see? It all comes down to me. Because I am responsible. I am responsible. I am responsible to leave the world a better place. I said I am responsible. I am responsible. I am responsible to leave the world a better place. I'm reliable, accountable, dependable, invincible. I'm capable, incredible, responsible. I'm reliable, accountable, dependable, invincible. I'm capable, incredible, responsible. 'Cause I am responsible. I am responsible. I am responsible to leave the world a better place. Again, I am responsible. I am responsible. I am responsible to leave the world a better place. To leave the world a better place. To leave the world a better place. What are we gonna do? We're gonna leave this world a better place. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Thank you, Pookie. Thank you, Bob.
You're welcome.
So many blessings to all of you.
Hey, Karen, can I just interject here for just a second?
Absolutely, yes.
For those of you that want to save the chat, if you don't know how, if you look to the bottom part of the chat, there's 3 little buttons. And if you click on that, it'll say save chat. And that way you can save all the information.
I don't see save chat.
You see the little thing
did
down towards the bottom that says file?
I did.
It won't come up when you're on a cell phone, but if you email me or just let me know,
Yeah.
I will send you the
I'm
document.
on a cell phone.
Okay. Okay,
Yeah,
good.
we all saved it. We can send it to you, whoever needs it.
Thank you. I want it.
Okay, great.
Now.
Thank you. I switched from my computer to my iPad, so I don't know what's wrong with my computer, but it's one of those days.
Sorry, I had to block you out of the song. I just didn't want to get that more feedback again.
No, sorry about that, you guys. I'm terribly sorry about that. So let's close with a quote today. This is probably one of my favorite quotes. It's a little long, but I think that it's worthy of hearing today. It's by Marianne Williamson. And I just invite you to sit back and just be blessed by what you're going to hear. Our deepest fear is not that we are inadequate. Our deepest fear that we are powerful beyond measure. It is our light, not our darkness, that most frightens us. We ask ourselves, who am I to be brilliant, gorgeous, talented, and fabulous? Actually, who are you not to be? You are a child of God. Your playing small does not serve the world. There is nothing enlightened about shrinking so that other people won't feel secure around you. We are all meant to shine as children do. We are born to make manifest the glory of God that is within us. It is not just in some of us, it's everyone. And as we shine, we give people permission to do the same. As we are liberated from our own fear, our presence automatically liberates others. So forget what everyone else thinks of you. Step into your greatness. God didn't put us here to merely survive. We are called to thrive. Happy birthday.
Anybody else with a birthday today in addition to Glenetta? Or this week or this month, the month of May?
Yes, we have Susie Tozer's birthday.
Yes. Yes.
So let's give a birthday sprinkle. Birthday sprinkles to Glenetta and Karen. Okay, you guys have a beautiful month.
My birthday is next
Thanks for
Wednesday.
being on the call.
Oh.
All right. Bye-bye, everyone.
Oh, thank you for coming. We love you. Bye, everybody.
Bye.
All right, Shasta. Thank you, Darlene.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Perfect.